let me state ab initio that there is no justification whatsoever for the president to issue an executive instrument under the emergency orders that has been granted him by Parliament. Recall that when they went to Parliament to seek the amendment to give the president wide-ranging emergency powers, after that, in this pandemic, when you reach through that door, you realize that there was nothing in relation to COVID-19, which was supposed to be the basis for which president was given the emergency powers. Indeed, they went further to say that an attack on the national emblem will constitute an offense, and therefore you could be taken. So today, if I say that the Ghana flag is ugly, it's an attack on the emblem. The president represents the most iconic emblem of Ghana, not so. So if I say something that is distasteful to the president of Ghana, under the emergency powers granted the president, I could be summoned, I could be incarcerated without trial, and many other things. We pointed out the nuances in that particular act. Today, just as president was addressing the nation to tell us of what he was looking for a partial lockdown, the president secretly signed an executive instrument. And by executive instrument, it means that it comes into force as it is signed. And that executive instrument is that all of us, all network operators, whether they are MTN, Glo, Tigo, Vodafone, whatever, that all our data must be submitted to the National Communication Authority, headed by Anoche, appointed by President Akufo-Addo to do the bidding of President Akufo-Addo, and also to the Ministry of Communication, headed by Osla Owusu. And we all know what Osla Owusu has come to represent in modern Ghanaian politics. So, whilst I'm speaking to you, they can easily request the network provider or service provider to submit the communication that I've made to you, and also you, the person that I have called, your data and everything, messages and what have you, must be referred to them, and they can determine what they want to use it for. So it means that confidentiality in communication has been taken away from us and given to the president through his assigns. Many people that I spoke to have told me that, well, it is you, the public figures, that are at risk because it is you they were monitoring. Senna, how many public figures don't get called from non-public figures? So I don't get called from my mother, my father, my uncles, all my relatives. Are they also public figures? But the fact that I have communicated with them and they have communicated with me, their calls could also be tracked. And whatever communication, permit me, whatever communication that ensued, government is going to have access to it. So at this time, none of us is safe. Nobody, right from the Kayaye to the carpenter, to the mason, to the hairdresser, and to the tailor, we are all at risk of having our communication now being given to Oslo, Owusu, and Anoche to do whatever they want to do with it. And they can then process that information and determine whether we have committed a crime or not in those communications. And they can easily incarcerate us because under the emergency laws, you don't need to be taken to court.